In the summer of 1971, inside the basement of Stanford University's psychology building, an experiment began that was supposed to last 2 weeks. It ended after just 6 days. What was designed as a simple study of prison behavior quickly transformed into something far more disturbing, a live demonstration of how quickly ordinary people can descend into cruelty when given authority and anonymity. The Stanford Prison Experiment, led by psychologist Philip Zimbardo, recruited 24 healthy, middle-class male college students who were screened to eliminate any history of psychological instability or criminal behavior. They were randomly assigned roles. Half would be guards, half would be prisoners. A mock prison was constructed in the basement, complete with barred doors, solitary confinement closets, and surveillance cameras. The prisoners were arrested at their homes without warning, handcuffed, blindfolded, and brought into the simulated jail to heighten realism. They were stripped, deloused, given identification numbers instead of names, and forced to wear smocks and chains around their ankles. The guards were given uniforms, mirrored sunglasses to obscure eye contact, wooden batons, and broad instructions to maintain order, but were explicitly told not to use physical violence. What followed was not scripted. Within hours, subtle shifts in behavior began to emerge. Guards started enforcing arbitrary rules, waking prisoners in the middle of the night for counts, forcing them to perform humiliating tasks. By the second day, prisoners began showing signs of acute emotional distress, crying, rage, anxiety, and psychological withdrawal. One prisoner developed what appeared to be a breakdown and had to be released early. Others became passive, obedient, or internally dissociated. The guards, meanwhile, escalated their behavior without direct instruction, inventing punishments, isolating certain prisoners, encouraging internal division, and displaying increasingly authoritarian conduct. The mirrored sunglasses removed eye contact. The uniforms removed individuality. The basement setting removed normal social cues. Over time, the line between role-play and identity blurred. Zimbardo himself, acting as the prison superintendent, later admitted he became absorbed in the simulation, failing to recognize how rapidly the situation was deteriorating. It was not until an outside observer questioned the ethics of what was unfolding that the experiment was terminated on the 6th day. No physical violence occurred, yet the psychological damage was undeniable. What makes the Stanford Prison Experiment unsettling is not brutality, it is plausibility. These were not criminals. They were college students. They were screened, stable, and average. And yet, in less than a week, a structured system of power, surveillance, dehumanization, and authority transformed behavior in ways few anticipated. Modern critiques have challenged aspects of the study's methodology, including the level of guidance given to guards and the degree to which participants may have performed expected roles. Some argue the results were exaggerated or influenced by demand characteristics. Others maintain that the experiment revealed something fundamentally uncomfortable about human nature, that context, hierarchy, and perceived power can override personal morality faster than we would like to believe. The Stanford Prison Experiment remains one of the most controversial psychological studies ever conducted, not because it proves that people are inherently cruel, but because it demonstrates how fragile our behavioral boundaries can be when systems encourage dominance and submission. The question it leaves behind is not whether the guards were evil, but how easily any of us might adapt to the roles we are given.